show where there are no penalties, nothing is offside, and everything is fair game. This is The Gloves Are Off.
Hello and welcome to the set of The Gloves Are Off. Don't be fooled. The cowboy hats are on, the boots are on, the gloves, they might drop too, but we have a very special edition of The Gloves Are Off. It's a Cpca edition of the gloves, and joining me as a guest is Brian Hepson, Marketing Manager of the Cpca. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having us.
I thought you were going to say a howdy off the top.
Howdy? No, I don't think,
No?
I think that term is not in my...
It's not in your vernacular, your
no,
vocabulary?
Not right now. Maybe during the Calgary Stampede.
Okay, that's what I'm counting on. And also joining us on the set today is Dustin Gorse. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Outrider extraordinaire.
Yep.
And are you going to, maybe tilt your hat up and get the boots dirty and go one-on-one against Brian? I'm hoping things get a little heated today.
I'm thinking more of a one punch.
A one punch?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll settle for a one punch. I like the way that things are starting off.
We've got some unsettled business from last year.
You do?
You bet.
Do we want to know the background on that? No? Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, then let's jump right into the first topic that we're going to discuss. I'd like to hear from you guys. Obviously, probably the last time that a lot of people in this region saw you was at the finals in Lloyd. So I'd like to kind of know what life has been like after the finals for you. What have you been up to anyways, Dustin?
Well, just live a normal life after chuck wagon season, go back to work, and then...
what does work for you, if you don't mind me asking?
I work I'm a full-time farrier throughout the year, and then also work for a company called Haymar out of Meadow Lake. We do renovations, and we took on a contract with the Saskatchewan government, building sheds and stuff. Yeah, it was a good winter.
So very busy.
Yep.
Yes.
Busy.
And Brian, what about you? What have you been up to? Life after finals?
Well, I guess for me, in September, I took a little fishing trip over to the West Coast with some of the guys, and so had a good time there, and then just get back at the Cpca. It's what people see between the months of May and August is what all the drivers and myself, and you work hard to put together to see that end product. So I was in Vegas a couple times and went fishing, and been down the road, Saskatoon, the whole Midwest here, meeting some great people and working on our show for 2011.
Good stuff. Well, I would like to ask you guys this question, because this past season was my first race season. But I'd like to know from you, I had too many memories and most memorable moments to actually say them all, but I'd like to know from each of you, what was your most memorable moment from this past season? Dustin, you go first.
Actually, I had a couple. Obviously, the win with Dad in the Lloyd finals, that was big. We've been waiting for that a long time. And the second one was actually in Saskatoon for the Prairieland Dash. And as everybody knows, it was 3/100ths of a second close. And the moment I'll remember is when Dad and Ray crossed the finish line, and Ray kind of looked at Dad, and Dad looked at Ray, and they kind of shrugged their shoulders. And then they looked at the Outriders, and the Outriders kind of shrugged their shoulders, and nobody knew. So that's a different kind of feeling than anybody's ever known, and nobody knew who won that race. So that was a different
Awesome.
memory.
I remember going to air with that too. That was an exciting one. Brian, what about for you? What stands out in your mind from the season?
I think one of the things was having Cpca Agro come on board here and joining the Cpca media crew, so appreciate that. But there's probably a couple. One, as part of the broadcast crew, we met a lot of great people. Unfortunately, can't remember all the names, but in some of the feedback people gave us, so that's awesome. And then similar to, Dustin talked about on the racetrack, I was sitting in the broadcast booth for the championship race, as it unfolded. Gary Gorse was out probably by 4 or 5 lengths, as they called it. And then all of a sudden, Brian Labakane out of nowhere started catching him. And it was just, regardless of who won the race, the end result, it just showed that, a race is never over until you hit the finish line. And the crowd was excited, and just that atmosphere. And again, like Dustin talked about, the final for the championship trailer in Saskatoon, 3/100ths of a second. If you're into competition, entertainment, it doesn't matter if it's NASCAR, chuck wagon races, or hockey, right down into overtime in the shootout. When you get 3/100ths of a second, that's pretty exciting.
That is very exciting. Yeah. And also, before we take our first break, I want to quickly touch on the tarp auction that's coming up, as well as your outriding school. These are big events for the Cpca. So we've got a tarp auction coming on the 13th, obviously in the wake of some success of Calgary's tarp auction and your outriding school, Dustin. So if people are interested in this, what do they need to know about it?
Well, we started the outriding school last spring. Give it a try. We're going to go again with it this spring. It's a chance for guys that who aren't part of families to be outriders. People sitting in the crowd thinking, boy, I'd like to try it. Obviously not everybody that comes to school is going to turn out to be an outrider, but it gives them a safer environment to come try it, see if they like it, and if they want to move forward with it. And last year we had lots of fun. We had 4 guys show up. We're hoping for 4 to 6 guys would be nice, and we'd come and give you the chance. We set up a make-like scenario for you to succeed in and see if you like it, and we'll have tons of horses there for you to ride. And Brian's going to get on a horse.
Oh my gosh.
He's probably not going to succeed, but he's going to get on a horse.
Motivation enough to attend.
Yeah, and yeah, it should be fun, and hopefully a few guys show up. And for me personally, the end goal is for 1 out of 4 guys to turn out and to be a superstar in the sport would be awesome.
Okay.
And hopefully guys show up and have some fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to take our first break. If you would like to email us at theglovesareoff@newcap.ca, we'd love to hear from you, or visit us on our Facebook page. But stay tuned. We're going to talk a whole lot more chucks coming up after the break.